What do you think about when you think about Virginia? Maybe it's the military or the Navy. Maybe it's some of the beaches or tourist attractions. Maybe even some of the colleges we have here. But when I think of Virginia, I think about our swag. With front runners like Pharrell Williams, Allen Iverson, and Missy Elliott, it's not that hard to see that Virginia got its own swag, and I'm gonna show you that.
I mean, Michael Jordan made basketball. Iverson made basketball cool. In my era growing up, you know, we wanted to be him. We wanted tattoos, we wanted cornrows.
Allen Iverson, born June 7, 1997 in Hampton, Virginia, attended Georgetown University from 1994 to 1996 and was drafted first in the 1996 NBA draft. My charts are going to be all over the place because I'm just going to stick to the points that's important to my documentary, because a lot of this information is in 1,000 other documentaries that you can go find. So let's learn about this swag.
With the first pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Allen Iverson from Georgetown University.
Y'all remember that clip from 2 seconds ago? Yep, that was rookie Allen Iverson right there, crossing up Jordan and his own shoe. The questions. Iverson signed a $50 million 10-year deal his rookie season, and that would lead to some of these colorways of the question. Also with the question 2, question 3, I've never even seen this one, and the answer, which was also seen in the iconic moment, the step over. This would then in 2003 lead to Iverson signing a lifetime deal with Reebok for $800,000 a year and a $32 million trust when he turns 50. Of course he could hoop and he gave us some cool shoes, but y'all remember what Chris Brown said at the beginning of the documentary.
In my era growing up, you know, we wanted to be him. We wanted tattoos, we wanted cornrows, we wanted to be just like him.
This was true everywhere, just not in Virginia. Iverson was helping push his style and the streetwear style out because streetwear was still relatively new around this time. Most of the people in the tunnels dressed like this. Suits, suit jacket, shirt. Streetwear was relatively new. Streetwear was just invented in the 70s and 80s. So around the time that Iverson was wearing real fits in the tunnel, it was relatively new. It was new to the game. So he was really changing the game when he was doing it. And now to the day, when we still got people representing him, his number, and his style, and even people just putting fits on in the tunnel, shows that his legacy is still going and will still push on. So Iverson, what's he done for fashion? He's helped ground a style, push a style, and show people in the league that they can get fly too. It's just not suits and hoops. Pharrell Williams, born April 5th, 1973 in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You can kind of say jewelry saved Pharrell's life, because in late 2003, who would become his longtime friend and collaborator stole some of his chain ideas, and that was sparked. But just keep that in mind for later. In 2003, Pharrell would also premiere BBC in his music video for Friends, featuring Jay-Z, who was the biggest rapper at the time, so this would be a lot of eyes on Billionaire Sports Club. He would be seen sporting BBC pieces next to different models, Lauren London, and like I said, Jay-Z in this video, so that's a lot of eyes. This was a great kick and push that would lead all the way to a deal with Reebok in 2004. We would get the iconic boutique sneaker. Different colorways and different variations, but we would not get the board flip in this part of the deal. Pharrell decided here he wanted to part ways with Reebok. And then we would get the iconic board flip, crazy shoe. I want to make it be clear that this run with LV is not Pharrell's first run with a major house. He's worked with Moncler, Louis V before, and Chanel. I want to talk about his Chanel run real quick. Thanks to Karl Lagerfeld giving him the trust, he made this wonderful collection that even to this day are still some of the most sought after Chanel pieces, with the Chanel Pharrell bag as well as the Chanel Pharrell human races. And this would lead to another collab. Arguably Pharrell's biggest collaborator besides of the Adidas. In his first run, we would get different variations of the Stan Smiths, different crazy colorways, and then we would get the iconic super color. And if you weren't there, you don't understand the hype around these. And we will also get another hype shoe that we just spoke about, the Human Race. This, bro, both of these shoes, they held time and they held everyone in the game. I know some of you new fashion kids are like, Human Race, I thought that was Nigo. No, that's Human Made. And Pharrell has nothing to do with that brand, but he sports it from time to time to support one of his friends that supported him in the time, as well as Captain Plant Fleet. He has no part in the brand, but he just shows support from time to time because he sees something in the designer. Now back to another Human Race brand that is Pharrell's, his skincare line. It's been said over the years that Pharrell doesn't age, he has perfect skin, and he wanted to share that with the world, creating his own skincare line, and that's very different. Despite his own brand blowing up and all of his collabs going crazy, Pharrell was still lacking that validation from the fashion community. In 2015, he would finally receive it when he received the Fashion Icon Award. And this was kind of like crazy full circle moment because Kanye was the one to give it to him. So let's watch it.
Pharrell has always been my style idol, and there would be no me, no ASAP without Pharrell. So without further ado, to my style idol and tonight's recipient of the Fashion Icon Award, Pharrell Williams.
My heart is beating 10,000 miles per hour, so I'm gonna try to speed this up. Since I was a little boy, I lived in my head. There were no rules, just a dreamland. What if land? It's the first step when you don't have the means. The second step comes naturally. It's whenever someone encourages you for being different. They also free you from the ubiquitous nature of the matrix of opinions. It is those people who conspired to get me here to this very moment. People who truly understand you. They saw something in me that I will never be able to see in myself, so I had to trust. I trust that what they were saying and the way I felt was no mistake. That which makes us different is what makes us special, and that's okay. No one has better style than the everyday American people. Why? Because they're the real thing, and they live it every day. I can never be as cool as them, but I'm happy to take notes. So you see, I'm not a style icon, I'm just inspired. I am other, and I am okay with that. Someone's got to do it. And to my genius assistant Cactus, listen to your instincts and the people who see the quality in your differences, because you too might just make a difference. Thank you guys for your patience.
This was an amazing speech, and it really hit me deep because the way I looked at it and I saw it was Pharrell isn't looking for that validation. He knows that he is validated and he just wants to create. He wants to help others create. He wants to make a new scene that truly art is really based off of, and that is just creating and supporting. It was the times when he didn't get support and someone like Nigo came along and supported him. So that's why he always lends his hand out and supports and tries to create avenues for other people. A lot of people don't see the work that he does behind the scenes because it's behind the scenes, but that is never forgotten, that is never not noticed. Especially because, like I said, it was a time where he didn't have a hand and someone lended that hand to him. The fashion industry is cutthroat. It's not that easy to rise the ranks or to make it. So that, like, it means something to him. It means something to everybody that is in the fashion industry and gets that hand from someone else. Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't get fashion in general of why people are into it. So that's why Pharrell just always promotes to be yourself, to be who you're supposed to be, because especially if you're in the creative industry, it'll take you somewhere different. It'll take you where you're supposed to be. In 2021, we would tragically lose one of the best fashion-minded people to ever grace clothing, Virgil Abloh. This will hit the game hard, harder than we ever could expect. And it will hit LV even harder because now they're without a creative director. And that wouldn't last for long because Valentine's Day 2023, they would appoint Pharrell Williams as the new creative director. And now this is a full circle moment for Pharrell because in his first run with LV, Kanye and Virgil helped him with the run. And now he's back. So it's now Chanel Pharrell to LVP. and he knew he had a crazy weight on his shoulder, and he had to pull off one of the best comebacks in fashion shows in history, and he did that. LV's 2024 runway show was crazy, and he didn't lose sight of what LV was. Also debuting the Digi camo patterns on suits and suitcases, as well as different cuts and soles and some of the craziest looks we've ever seen, especially these jackets worn by the Clips, and we're about to get into them too real quick. As well as this jacket right here. And this is a big homage to Virginia because this is one of his Princess Anne jackets. So this also shows that Pharrell never lost Virginia. He never left us behind. And on Paris Fashion Week, he took us with him and showed everybody that I'm still that same kid. It's still something in the water. It's still something there, and I won't forget that. He's never stopped looking out for us with something in the water, with different tracks, different songs. He's always had Virginia in his mind, and he tries his best to lend his hand out when he can. Since then, Pharrell has still been putting in work. We've seen new LV releases and one of his best releases ever, the Jellyfish. I didn't know it was gonna go this crazy, bro. No cap. This is an amazing shoe though, I can't lie. So it shows Pharrell can last through the times. He's gonna make it. Fashion is around Pharrell. Pharrell is fashion. And we can't forget about his music impact because music and swag go hand in hand. And over the years, Pharrell has dropped countless bangers with every artist you can think of as well as himself. And he's a part of the Billy Stream Club. So you really can't hate on him. No matter how much you hate that song, he's a part of the Billy Club. And that shows his impact on music with his own music as well as production. And we all know that over the years, Pharrell has produced some of the craziest hits. He has a crazy catalog with bangers on bangers on bangers on bangers. In 2003, him and his co-partner, Chad, ran the radio. They owned some of the people they were produced for in this run, the Clips. Yep, y'all just seen them, and they still out there with Pharrell to this day. The Clips, Pusha T, and Malice would drop crazy hits with Pharrell. We would get Grindin', Mr. Me Too, a bunch of bangers. But they also are in the fashion scene. They would come together to make the brand that we know today as Play Clothes. This brand is in the BBC category in the BBC era, and it's still pushing on to this day. I still see it. And as you can see from their recent cover art, the Cause branding, crazy. Look at this flyer, bro. Just, they still pushing swag to this day. And we also know Pusha T for one of the best beefs in rap history. He really made Drake start recognizing and taking care of his kid, bro. Come on, bro. That's legendary.
Oh, you want this? Does it say I'm late?
Yep, Chris Brown. And y'all remember what he said at the beginning of the video? That also for us in Virginia stands for how we looked at him.
We wanted to be just like him. We could see our life, you know, being depicted just how his life was.
And Chris was one of the young stars starting at around 16, so his style has the advantage to evolve a lot. And on his first album, straight bangers. Say Goodbye, Run It, Yo. He came in the game just dropping heat. And he would keep doing it album after album after album after album. And his swag will also change, but hold on. My bad, hold on again. Y'all remember this? Y'all can't forget this. Chris Brown, they had to smoke my boy early in the documentary because he was gonna go off and have one of the best movie dance runs of all time. But Chris Brown's style changes from era to era. If you know Chris Brown and you're a Chris Brown fan, he has a million eras. So one thing I can say about Chris Brown is his swag is always changing. He's never stuck on one thing for too long. So when it comes to a deep bag in fashion, definitely Chris Brown. Everyone knows what this video sounds like without even hearing it. And you know what that means? Motion, longevity, a legend. And Missy Elliott is all that. Missy, I can say, isn't really known for her style per se, is knowing what she put on, but as far as how it sat on her and what she stood for, that's more so of what Missy Elliott stands for, is outfits, as you can see. Probably picked out by a stylist, but it's all because of how she approaches herself is why her style is impactful to the game. And that will push on for ladies always.
There, it wore the glue in, it like, I don't know what it does to the sole, but it just like wears them in well. And you're able just to keep wearing them right there. Big old jambalaya. Got some vintage going out today. Yeah.
Some dark side.
Yo, Rocky pulled him for a shoot really quick.
Yeah, oh, this shit's hard.
Yep, Sean Weatherspoon, part of the reason why your city has a shoe store and the owner of Round 2, which started blowing up with the Round 2 show. And if you were around in this era, you could see Yachty, ASAP, you could see Uzi. And he was really one of the first people to do this trend. And it made people like that want to shop, and it still made people like us want to shop, everyday regular people. And like I said, this was one of the first stores to do something like this, so it really set a trend and set a wave and a vibe. And that wasn't all that Sean did.
There's no limitations. Don't think about cost, don't think about anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much like make your fantasy shoe, like your dream shoe. Whatever we come up with here, like I'm bringing that idea with me there. And the whole world votes starting March 18th to March 26th for whoever's Air Max they want to come out.
Yep, y'all remember this Air Max. In 2017, it would release and it would change the game. Until this day, it's still one of the most sought after Air Maxes and highest price Air Maxes. But Sean wouldn't stop there. He would also, like Kanye, go from Nike to Adidas, and I didn't even know he dropped so many kicks with Adidas. I did see this one before, fire, as well as the shell toe, crazy. I know everybody's probably seen these don't cost that much. But it just shows that Sean's gonna keep going. Sean's gonna keep elevating, keep pushing fashion, and nothing's gonna stop him, and he's gonna keep putting on Virginia just like for real. And there's your crash course on Virginia swag and Virginia's influence on fashion in general. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and in the comments, let me know what documentary I should do next. And like I said before, this channel is always gonna be a place where I take different takes on everything. So be ready for what we about to dive into. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.